Oh boy, how are we? Welcome back to another episode of the Josh Potter Show. 'Tis I, Josh Potter. Not fresh from Skankfest, I'll tell you that. What's the opposite of fresh? Rotting from Skankfest still. Nevertheless, we're all here. We got Alex, we got Rob, we got Kirsten back with us once again, and she wasn't here last week, and people got upset with me. Your microphone works now?
My microphone does work. And
all right. So, yeah. So no, Kirsten works.
Pleased to be here.
Do people not understand? Do people not know? I guess that you work for Ryan Sickler.
I do, and I travel with him on tour.
And you travel with him. She's full-time Night Pants Studio executive producer. So we're lucky to have her here, and she comes in when time allows. So when she's not here, it's just because of that. All right. God. But I want to let you know we got the shirts for sale. JoshPotterMerch.com. They're flying like hotcakes. Thank you for picking one up. If you have, the first round of purchases has already been shipped out. You should be getting them this week. Hopefully, you're going to get involved in the second round of purchases here. JoshPotterMerch.com. Go scoop it up. Also, tickets for sale. We have many a gig coming up here in the next couple of weeks, including SoulJoel's on the 20th and 21st happening in Pennsylvania. I hope I see you there. I'm wearing my friggin' Phillies hat, for Christ's sake. Also, I'm going to be in San Francisco on the 26th, Cobb's Comedy Club, one show only. Get tickets to that. And the 29th, Seattle at the Hereafter. Going into November, we have Buffalo on the 22nd, Brea here in Southern California on the 29th. And then we have plenty of dates in December. Go to Josh_Potter on Instagram or at J_Potter on Twitter and buy tickets, please. Today we have a very special guest, too, in the house. It's a full house here. And I'm wearing the Philly hat. We're talking about SoulJoel's. It's Eleanor Kerrigan.
Woohoo!
I'm going to SoulJoel's just because I wanted to promote that you're from Philadelphia.
That's so amazing. I'll be at SoulJoel's November, right after Thanksgiving, the Saturday. I'll be there the night before and the Saturday after.
Ooh.
We're doing Dom Irera and Friends the night before Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow.
And then the Saturday after Thanksgiving, I'm just headlining SoulJoel's.
Do you have any other gigs you'd like to plug off the rip here?
I'm doing Uncle Vinnie's. When does this come out?
Oh, it'll come out on Wednesday.
Oh, Uncle Vinnie's, Friday the 13th. Come out. I'm supposed to make a video and haven't done it yet, but I may use this lighting.
Just clip this and put it up. That's what I do.
Thank you.
They're like, send me a video. I'm like, well, here's me plugging it on my podcast. And here's a podcast clip. You want to see
Friday the
this?
13th. Let's get weird.
What do you think about these reels?
Which reels?
You know, the ones that they're making us do.
Oh, it's awful. Every time I post one, I say this all the time. I feel my soul leaving my body. Even the little bit that's left of my soul.
Yeah.
It's slight. And it just comes out like a little...
I hate it.
After
frankly.
you light a match, you'd go like that. I just see that over my head. Every time I post one, it drives me crazy.
I don't know what it does to me necessarily. It's just annoying. It's like...
Do you do it?
I'm starting to.
Oh, it's brutal.
But I'm doing shows just to make reels, which is bad. I'm doing shows where it's like I don't want to burn my ace material here. So it's like you want to see the act, come to a show. And I know that's awful to say or whatever.
It's not. People are like, can't, especially Facebook because they're elderly. So they're like, can't you just post what your show is? And I'm like, can't you just die already? Yeah. We need patrons to come to the show. We need you to come to the show. And my shitty crowd work sets or whatever, they're always like, you're a bully. Yeah, come get bullied.
And it's not indicative of what the live show. It's like I got into this whole racket because I love performing live.
Yes.
But here we are wasting it on these reels, and then people are like, well, I saw it. And then
wasting them on bots.
The live show is so much more fun than the reels, people. Come, please, buy tickets.
Please
go
buy
see
tickets.
The live shows.
Go see Josh. He's absolutely hilarious.
It's the whole point of doing this is to perform live. And I guess the reel, they're telling me, well, to get people to come, you got to do the reel. So now I'm over here.
Yeah.
Trying to throw one together.
I wish Seinfeld has to do it. I wish he would have to do it
I'm
now.
saying.
Right now. So
that would be. What's the deal with caller ID? He's still putting those out
and
there.
And he stops. He goes, wait, that's my good bit.
Yeah.
That's my top bit right there.
Yeah, I want to see Seinfeld go, what do you do for work? For a reel.
Where are you from? What do you do?
But the Phillies, congratulations.
Congrats. I mean,
today's game two. Today's game two, as we're recording this, it's about to begin. I bet on them again. They won me money the other day. They were only plus 107 the other day. Today they are plus 135.
Wow.
So it's a little bit more of a long shot. But Zach Wheeler's pitching. I believe in them.
He's a great
I'm
pitcher.
putting it all
Absolutely.
on you, really. Every time
You can put it on me. But I will tell you, that Philadelphia the past few years has turned into the Red Sox for the whole long time. That they're very disappointing. Sixers, Phillies, Eagles last year. I mean, we're all cutters now. We're
and
all
also,
cutters. So.
my most hated sports franchise is the Flyers.
How dare you?
Well, not
now
the most
I'm
hated.
leaving. Now I'm leaving.
I shouldn't say that.
Who are you a fan of?
I'm a Sabres fan.
Ew.
Yeah.
You say that like they're real.
Get ready.
The Flyers.
This year they're gonna be real.
Really? This is their year.
This is the year. But
I
ever
forgot
since I
they
was
were
a little
still
kid,
in the league.
I didn't. we've been forgettable the last decade or so. But
Rebuilding
when I was a little
phase.
kid, it was always Flyers, Sabres in like the second round of the playoffs, and we'd always have bench clearing brawls.
The best.
Every time it
Broad
was the
Street
best.
Bullies.
Yes. So that was always fun. So it was like, it's more of a
See where
fun
I get the
hatred.
bully thing?
Yes, that's true. It's more fun, though, of a hatred. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Patriots I loathe. I can't stand them. They're worse than murderers and rapists.
And it's so fun to watch them fold, right? Because they've been
it's the best.
shit.
I got a text message this week, and it was like, how happy are you seeing the Patriots? Now, the Bills did lose to the Jaguars over in London, but that's like an unfair game.
It's a weird thing.
To make people
big
fly
on the
to
London thing.
Either am I.
I don't get it.
Why do they make them go there?
Because no one likes London because they're figuring out or England as a whole because they're figuring out they started all this dumb shit.
It's so dumb. They make them fly there. They make them jet lagged. The
They need
football's
tourists.
atrocious.
Yeah. It's always bad.
Always. And it's like, so I wake up at 6:30 in the morning here in Los Angeles to I did a stream this time because I thought that would be more productive than just me sitting on my couch at 6 in the morning. And I saw you late at night on Saturday.
I was
at
up
the Comedy
till
Store.
6. I watched the beginning and I went to sleep.
Oh my Lord. See, I fell asleep around 3:30, woke up still drunk from the night before.
Yeah, you were pretty lit.
And then I turned on the old stream, and I promised, this was like the draw of the stream, I promised I will do the earliest shotgun of a beer ever recorded on broadcast. You know, 6:30 in the morning. I did it right after kickoff. And it was
That's
the
hair
hardest.
of the dog.
It was. Yeah. I got drunk right away.
Yeah.
But it was hard. It was the hardest shotgun I've ever done.
Wow.
In my professional career. And I'm good
as
at
as a drinker or a streamer or comic?
Both. All combined. Every shotgun I've ever done in my life, this was the most difficult one. But I got through it. The Bills, though, did not, they didn't get through it. They lost. But
that's tough. Yeah. My brother Billy was a big Bills fan growing up.
Oh, yeah?
He's a narcissist. It's his name, so idiot.
That makes sense,
But
actually.
he really just wanted a shirt that said his name on it. I'm like, you could just iron it on.
I'm the Bills.
Yeah.
I'm a Bill.
Bills. We're the Bills.
Duh.
I was like, all right.
It is funny. I don't think about the fact that when I hear Bills, because my high school mascot was the Billies.
Oh, wow.
Which was a goat.
Okay. A Billy goat. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So it kind of like all lined up. But then the Bills are supposed to be Buffalo Bill, the cowboy.
Right.
Who was actually like a real menace. I mean, he was like, why don't we just name the team after a murderer?
Well, I mean, they changed the Redskins because they said that was a racial slur, which I'm from Philadelphia, so it's hard for me to know what's what.
Beep that.
And, but Bill, like, that's up. Like, let's.
Yeah, I mean, the guy murdered probably
worse?
a lot of Native Americans, I'd imagine.
Did you guys play the Hitlers? Like,
yeah. There was some genocidal sort of stuff with Buffalo Bill there, I'm certain. But we have some Philadelphia sports news. Let's get into
this
some
is
sports.
now I'm wet. I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
Me too. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. So did you hear about this? That's Blooper, by the way, on the screen. That's the Atlanta Braves mascot, who's obnoxious. I mean, there are baseball
mascots.
mascots.
Worse than the Philly Fanatic?
Well, we're about to find out. I think he's trying to one-up the Philly Fanatic. But Blooper's always been kind of annoying. If there's
Blooper's name is annoying.
Exactly. Of all the mascots
I
in
hate
all
the
the land,
Sorry.
Blooper is just such a dumb. Yeah, it's just ugh. It doesn't really like.
Atlanta's not creative. We know this.
Well, it doesn't really even scream Atlanta to me. How many of these Atlanta people really are like, yeah, I identify with Blooper.
Mm-hmm.
But when will the world learn that the Philadelphia fans are not to be trifled with? When will they figure this out?
They'll never learn. They always think it's like, oh, that's just the media's just pumping it up.
No,
okay, bitch,
they're not. And Atlanta seems like a franchise and a fan base that would fuck around and find out, as they say. Atlanta Braves mascot Blooper, who was introduced in 2018. I thought he was here for a lot longer. It seems like Blooper's been around forever because he's so annoying. He took to an official Braves-sanctioned Twitter or X account or whatever the hell they're called now. And he posted about Saturday's Game 1 matchup with the Phillies, which I bet on, and they won. Blooper, one more day, he said. Naturally, Phillies fans saw that and decided to get in on the chirping and post. There was a post coming from local online personality, Eric Fink. Do we know of this guy, Eric Fink? Philly people in the room? Alex is shaking his head. Have you ever heard of him?
No.
Neither have I. Raise your profile, sir.
Yeah.
I guess this is a great way to do
it. Watch it be like somebody I grew up with, and I'm like, hey, Fink, get it together. That's a suburb kid right there.
Yeah, right.
I'll tell you that. I can guarantee it.
So it says
Northeast.
There it is. Okay.
Northeast. He might be a Northeast Philly guy. They're very vocal.
Ew, those hats. Mm-hmm. I hate the big hat.
I'm not a fan of the big hats.
The big hat can get fucked.
Yeah.
Anybody wearing a big hat too, it's like,
just
grow up.
Put a hat on.
Yeah, just grow up. How about?
You're not funny.
Yeah, you
You're
big
stupid.
LOL with your stupid hat.
Yeah.
So naturally, this Phillies fans are chirping.
One
this
more
guy.
day till your death is what he.
That's
wrote.
what he wrote. Till your death. Ooh, Blooper then decided to attack the mentality. Excuse me. I was
Works
hoping.
either way.
I was hoping. Yeah,
Works either way.
No, he's attacking the mentality of the Phillies fans, which is like poking a bear with a stick for some foolish reason. Blooper said, "My favorite thing about Philly fans is how well adjusted they are. Probably the most even keel fan base out there." Now, this is what I want to know. Is it the man in the suit who gets to tweet for Blooper?
I guess.
Or is it like a social media account? Because they have multiple suits, or multiple people in these suits. Like they have like the main Blooper.
Yeah,
then
they must have like a social media person.
Yes, and he's posing as Blooper.
Yeah.
Because the man in the suit, if I'm the man in the suit, I'd be like, I want control of these tweets because I'm the one who's getting shit thrown at me.
Is that a Blooper cake? What the fuck is that?
Ew, if that's Blooper, they did a poor job.
Is that Blooper's shit? Is that what he takes a shit, it looks like?
Is this what
they're tweeting at him? Yeah.
They melted Blooper down into
Blooper looks like Fozzie Bear and Alf circle jerked, and he came out. That's gross.
Also, his ears look like
what is that?
Fleshlights.
Yeah. We could fuck him in the ear. That's a big Philly saying. Are we allowed to curse on this?
Wait, of course. Now, fuck him in the ear. That's a Philly saying?
That's a whole. We're just animals.
When I was in middle school.
Where he breathes in the air, in the ear. We say all that shit. Fuck him where he breathes. Fuck him in the ear.
When I was in middle school, I didn't go see Any Given Sunday with my friend Richie. And he goes, "You're not going to come?" And I go, "No." And he goes, "I'm going to tell everyone you fucked Dan in the ear." And I was like, that's weird. And then he did.
Fuck Dan in the ear or tell everybody?
Told everybody.
Okay.
And I was like, well, that's preposterous. The amount of people who believed it in seventh grade.
I just love that you're like, that's prepreposterous.
Could you imagine if that was
the...
could you yeah. Could you imagine, though, if that was the reason I, slip and slided myself? If that was bullying back in the early 2000s, where it's like, a rumor cast around the school that he fucked Dan in the ear. Sent him over the edge. Anyhow, many people write. So I just think it's weird that the social media account is tweeting on the behalf of Blooper. Because if I'm the guy in the suit, I wouldn't want them to poke the ire of the Philly fans, because it's like I have to get shit thrown at me now.
Also, I was going to say, like, they're going to show up at a game and be like, there he is, because they're not smart. Right,
and the guy in the suit might not even know what the hell's going on.
Meaning, and I love them. They are smart. When they're drinking, they lose a little,
it's
sense
just
of reality.
It's like they lose a little bit of couth when they're drinking, and that's why we love them. When called out for looking like a dumb copy of the iconic Philly Fanatic, Blooper then decided to run his mouth about the greatest mascot in all the sports.
Which is the Philly Fanatic?
It is indeed. It says, I get that the Philly Fanatic is an OG, but his last highlight was recorded with a flashbulb. It's shocking you guys hate Dallas so much because you relive Fanatic's glory days the same way they relive their Super Bowls. So I don't know. This guy tweeting is he on one? Is he just drinking and like
is he having
up
stroke?
late at night
What
and just
is
like
he
I'm gonna
saying?
fucking go off on here? It's kind of fucking nuts that the mascot is throwing out barbs and arrows.
So when the mascot gets executed, does the social media person get
Yeah,
fired? I
exactly.
don't understand how this works.
Are they culpable? Yeah, that's the thing. They're really putting them over the flames. It's actually putting the lives of the humans inside the costume in danger at this point.
I do talk shit about Philly fans, but mostly because they're not from my neighborhood for the most part. Like I'm an inner city kid, so the people that go to the games are from the suburbs. They're from the surrounding areas. Like in our neighborhood, we sell them the fucked up T-shirts that are illegally made when they come out. You know what I mean? We don't. But the Philly Fanatic, like he torments everyone.
He's got an interesting.
Tommy Lasorda. Is that what they mean by old?
Yeah, that's what they're talking. His last highlight was a flashbulb. That was funny. But
that is a funny way to say it.
if I'm gonna take this at a non-bias
but I also think it's fun banter. But people do take it to the next level. But I think it's fun banter, talking shit.
he is kind of the Blooper is kind of a ripoff. What they've done, you see,
100%.
is they've taken the Philly Fanatics like
Nose and made it
fleshlight
his
mouth.
ears.
Is that I consider his mouth? Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was his mouth. He looks
I
like
make it his nose.
if I'm in Philly, I'm upset that that's his nose or mouth. It's like you're giving him a hole to fuck there. I don't like that. We keep
Give him
it.
a horn.
We love
I
fucking
love how
things in Philly. What
he
are you
always
talking about?
twerks. He twerks. The Philly
He
Fanatic. He
does.
does. He'll just go teabag somebody. He's the fucking best.
He does do that, but someone's gonna fuck that hole in his face pretty soon.
I would like
That's
to.
the point.
If Philly was, if that mascot was on any other team other than Philly, that hole would have been fucked by Philly already.
That's true. That's why
If that
we
was
keep
the
him.
Mets, if that was Mr. Met,
Yeah.
he's got to come in that.
Mr. Met. What a bore, huh?
Yeah, of course. They had to bring out Mrs. Met too.
Poor Mr. and Mrs. Still didn't get excited about it.
Let's see what the other people have said here. A couple other people on Twitter. The Braves mascot, literally a sentient pair of Docker slacks. Someone else said, we broke the intern that has to pretend he's a mascot on the internet, and the series hasn't even started yet. That's what I'm imagining. It's just some kid who's got an internship. It's like,
of course.
I'll fucking show them. He's getting Twitter fingers going on. Playoffs don't really begin until Philly fans start telling the other team's mascot he's going to burn in hell. When reached for comment, Mr. Fink said the following: Dollar store fanatic is nothing more than a cheap knockoff trying to make himself relevant. But like the Braves, he will learn that you do not mess with Philadelphia. Phils and 4, Blooper, your days are numbered. I ask again, how many times does Philadelphia need to teach these people a lesson? Is that who the hell? Is that Blooper without his hat on?
I guess.
Someone said that their
What's
wife
that?
says that Brian Snitker looks like the inspiration for Blooper.
Who the hell's Brian Snitker?
I don't know, but I can
Oh,
see
the
it.
Braves. Yes. Interesting. His ears are.
They made him
That's
furry.
pretty close.
Yeah, that's
They
interesting.
got the
Very
same
fuckable
chin
ears.
neck
Yeah,
thing
fuck those
happening.
ears.
He's got the same.
Right.
Yes, he's got the same type of
Starting
mouth
to blend.
where
Yeah.
it blends into his neck. Exactly.
Same gobbler.
Yikes. Well, I'm on Team Phillies.
Thank
obviously,
you.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
Of course. Can't
Go
root for the
Phils.
Braves.
I wanted to be Mike Schmidt. That was my idol as a kid.
Oh, okay.
And so I played baseball pretty hard. And started out third base. And then I went to first base when he went to first base. Like, I just really
Ooh.
thought.
He did it because he was getting old. You were
I
like,
know.
I'm gonna-
I just was like, Mike went, I'm going, right? And then we're inner city kids. Like, we're like, I'm a mile from the stadium. And then there's like the projects like a half a mile away from us, right? So the Phillies, when they would go do stuff in the neighborhood, they'd be like, oh, let's go to this inner city. It's like almost the project, right?
The inner city blacks.
Okay, I like what you're saying. Their fear, No, shit. But like there was no like they would come to our playground, and at this point, I seriously thought I was a boy So I cut my hair. I was playing football. I was crazy. I would take my shirt off and tuck it in the back of my pants and play stickball all day. And
You
my mother
thought you were a boy.
like, no, I didn't think I was. I just wanted to be.
I see.
I was trying to perpetrate a fraud. I was trying to be like, I know I'm a girl, and I fucking hate it.
Well, you grew up in the wrong time.
And I have 6 brothers. Yeah, like if it was today, I'd be halfway somewhere. But today, I'm just.
Yeah, what would have happened if it was today? Would you have followed through?
No, I asked my mom if I could have a sex change. I wanted to be a male bodybuilder, and you know what she said?
What?
We're poor. That was their whole thing.
Yeah,
And-
it's probably cheaper to become a girl if you were already a boy.
But my
'cause
little-
you're just taking things off as opposed to adding things on. You know?
Right, but my little brother wanted to be a midget wrestler, and nobody got mad at him. He was tall. Like,
Oh,
that's
no.
fucked up. But anyway, so whatever. So I was at the playground, and the Phillies were coming, right?
Ooh.
And because I was a good athlete, they were like, oh, yeah, like they only let a few people in. And they were like, oh, the Kerrigans are poor. Let her in. You know, there's 10 of us, and let her in. And
Like a camp.
Yeah, they knew I played, so it was Tug McGraw. And I was
Ooh.
real little, and I was excited, right? And I'm throwing the ball like I'm, with all my might. I'm showing him everything I got. And Tug McGraw goes, this little boy's got an arm. And I'm like,
Show me Tug
I
McGraw.
was like, it is working.
What a hell of it. I love
that's a
baseball
great
names.
name.
Tug McGraw.
You
hell
don't know
of a name.
Tuggy?
Look at him. Ooh. That's
Look at that face.
why do
That's
they put
his
him
son.
next to
They
Tim?
put
Tim
That's his
McGraw's
son.
his kid?
Yeah.
No shit.
Hell yeah.
Oh my lord. I
Good
had no
old
idea.
Tuggy. My mom was a beer girl for the Phillies and the Eagles at Vet Stadium. So these guys
that's
played at
cool.
Vet Stadium. This is like that whole crew.
I had no idea Tug McGraw birthed Tim
Sure,
McGraw.
he was a terrific pitcher.
Who the hell's Tim McGraw married to? Faith Hill?
Something like that.
Yes.
Wait, did they have drama? Somebody got drama.
Well, I remember this is when I was in high school. Tim McGraw came to perform where the Bills play in Orchard Park.
Mm-hmm.
And my cousin was friends with a sheriff. And one of the sheriffs let Tim McGraw ride his horse. And Tim McGraw refused to get off of the horse.
I was going to say give it back. Like
Yes.
he's like, this is my horse.
And it was kind of like this thing. And then he got arrested because he didn't give the horse back.
As he should.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
He was like riding it like it was like, hey man,
Like all of a sudden he's in the Old West or
yeah,
some shit.
exactly.
That's
It was
crazy.
kind of wild. It was like height of Tim McGraw's fame. And then I think they did have some drama, but I think they're still together, right?
I don't know. Fun fact, I don't know shit about Tim, but I know everything about Tuggy.
I had no idea Tug McGraw gave birth to him though. Flashback. Are you looking up? Yes,
Yeah.
Syracuse.com. It's the story of him stealing the
With old Kenny Chesney, too.
Kenny Chesney was there.
Oh.
Yeah, he stole a horse.
Just fucking horse thief.
But really they let
From
him
a cop? From a fucking, what are you, an idiot?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
You know,
mean,
like-
anyone else's
a
horse
retarded
would be
country
fine.
singer steals a cop's horse?
Like it's like one thing if they steal if someone steals a cop car, but for them to steal the horse, it's like you let Tim McGraw on the horse, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Imagine having to go into work the next day and like
Yeah.
talk to the chief or whatever, and he's like, "You let Tim McGraw on the horse?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You're fucking. Give me your badge and your gun."
Yeah, turn it in.
Well, elsewhere across the world, we have people who view this program all over the globe. It seems.
Oh, that's cool.
JoshPotterShow@gmail.com is where you can send in articles, songs, whatever you like. Thanks to Griff Parker for sending that bad boy in. This gentleman wrote, "Hey Josh and crew, big fan coming from New Zealand.
Ooh.
Here is a hilarious story about the country's rugby championship." Now, I don't know shit about rugby. Other than
Samesies.
college kids played it, and I feel like they were just the biggest beer drinkers. So I hung out with them after the games.
College kids in America played it?
Oh,
Or-
yeah, my
Oh,
college at least.
Okay.
I didn't go very long, but I did notice there was a rugby team. And they like to drink beer. I'd just meet them up at the bar afterwards, and they'd all be dirty and bloody. And then I'd be like just normal, and we'd just have beers together.
Yeah.
So according to this article, New Zealand Rugby has taken the famous Ranfurly Shield Trophy. Oh, how we all know about the Ranfurly Shield Trophy, don't we? Like the Stanley Cup of New Zealand.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Is that it
So I'm
right
like,
there?
what am I supposed to be upset about? But I guess that's it.
Let's see a picture of the beautiful Ranfurly Shield.
They really put a lot of work into it.
So they've taken the famous
That
Ranfurly.
looks, it's
Yeah, there it is
I
right
think
there.
the size, is that like a pin or is it
It's a
a
shield with
trophy?
a bunch of its
It
own
looks like
little
it's
shields.
probably like a shield. Like you can hold
Okay.
it up like and block arrows with it or whatever.
Oh, so there you can see the size at least. Okay.
So it says it has taken the famous Ranfurly Shield Trophy off Hawke's Bay, whatever the hell that is, after it was badly damaged during celebrations after the sides win over Wellington. New Zealand Rugby also investigating claims drugs were snorted off the broken shield during a party. See, this is what you're supposed to do with the trophies.
It's so true. Like the Stanley Cup
Yes.
should have blood in it, should have all kinds of stuff in
Piss,
it.
blood,
Yes.
cum.
Organs, anything. But from one of the views, I thought that was like a drone view of like New Zealand, like the top of it.
Right.
Like I just for a minute I was like, that's it?
It does look like an island of
yeah,
some
like
sort.
something. Like that's the water in between. I'm a mess. I'm sorry.
I mean, listen. If I've said it many times on this program, if I won the Stanley Cup, I would
I'd shit
jizz
in it.
into
Yeah.
it. I would fucking snort things off it. 100%.
So
You have to do a
exciting.
line off the Stanley Cup, or any trophy that you win for that matter. If I ever had access to any championship trophy and also cocaine, guess what's happening?
Wait, you can't get access to cocaine? I
Well, that
I
part's
can help you out.
that's actually the easier part, turns out, than the trophy.
Yeah.
So here it
So
says
these guys got rowdy partying and broke this.
that's what happens. I can't believe this is the first time for a
Wow.
game as storied and as long played as rugby. The Stanley Cup gets new dents every year. I mean, people
feel
are
like
throwing it off roofs.
This is where it broke right here. This guy just headbutted it, and
It's
it's
also made of
smashed in
wood.
half. Yeah,
made
it
of
looks like wood. Yeah,
yeah, but it's
real-
like probably real thick wood. It's not like it's made out of plyboard here. Or something.
yeah.
So let's see what else happened. Stuff was sent a photo of the damaged log of wood on Monday morning, with white powder evident on one half of its. After who left the? I mean, is it coke then? Because who's leaving it?
Well, you get residue if you're,
That's true.
you know.
Is that a rolled up?
you can do this and do the freeze, but
That looks like
I
a
probably
joint,
said too much.
but those are
That's
two.
true.
There's two like tiny lines right there.
No, that could be just cuts. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Is that? I was gonna say, is that a rolled up New Zealand piece of money? I don't even know what they have. They just those.
Because that's a lot of coke if somebody left it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
That looks like
That's-
a lot.
that's
I
a
feel like they
lot.
staged it. They crushed up a Tylenol and were like,
Maybe.
we did it,
Yeah.
guys. Because that's a
Ooh.
tiny little joint, too.
Well,
party of
also,
the dog
I don't
walkers.
know New Zealand's currency. If it's one of these currencies that just has coins, how do you do your drugs?
Whoa.
They find other ways to go about it.
Sure.
They snorted drugs off the frickin' Ranfurly, says a caption. Rugby general manager,
yeah.
community rugby Steve Lancaster said the national body was deeply disappointed. I thought rugby was cool, man. I thought rugby was chill and cool, and they should encourage this more. New Zealand Rugby is aware of significant damage to the Ranfurly Shield, and we are deeply disappointed. We are also aware of images circulating on social media, and as a result, NZR has launched an investigation to understand what has occurred. I'll tell you what's occurred. They did drugs off it. I mean, who's not doing... You got to clean it up, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to do drugs, like it's like any hotel, any Airbnb, comedy condo, you got to make sure you
absolutely.
wipe off the fucking table.
You got to
afterwards.
clean up something.
What are you doing, rugby people? Hawke's Bay Rugby and our players understand the significance of this special trophy and its unique place within NZ Rugby, including
Yeah.
our own rich history. Everyone involved
like
is
a
incredibly
crest.
upset. Yes, it's very beautiful.
Yeah.
It does look like a thing, like I said, like if it had a strap behind
Yeah.
it, you're bouncing off arrows. It's very much a shield.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also very much a thing that would be fun to do
Coke
lines off of. Yes.
But you could do the back. You don't have to split it in half to do it.
That
you
was
just
what was
turned
weird.
It over.
Yeah. Once you split it in half, though, it's like, you want to do coke off this? Yeah, sure, why not? You know what I mean? Once it's split in half, why the hell not? Let's see if there's any other things that they... Because if that's all they did to it, then I say keep it moving. You know? Hawke's Bay are not slated to defend the Ranfurly Shield until next season. Well, they have plenty of time to repair it then. That's what
There
I
you
think.
go.
Well, thank you for sending that. And who was that?
Get some Gorilla Glue and
Yeah.
put it back together, buddy.
Today's Josh Potter Show is brought to us by Shopify. Oh, boy, do I love Shopify. In fact, JoshPotterMerch.com is powered by Shopify. If you've bought a shirt already, you've noticed, We're all up on the Shopify, baby. And if you did buy a shirt, by the way, those will probably arrive mañana. If you bought it in the first week, I hope you go buy them and get on board for the next round of shirts here. Shopify, by the way, the internet's best converting checkout experience, so all your browsers can become buyers. Hey, level up your website with gorgeous, flexible templates, and even use Shopify's AI tools to help you write amazing product descriptions. Dude, I am a complete moron. I'm a stupid person, and I was able to set up a Shopify. If I can do it, you can do it, folks. Get out there and try it, and it's going to streamline all of your selling needs. You got a little thing that you're creating? Well, Shopify can help you get it out to the people, my friend. Once you start selling, Shopify makes getting paid simple by instantly accepting every type of payment. Oh, boy. I wish I had 3 of those buttons. I could just hit them all at once, because boy, oh boy, they make it simple to get that money right away. Shopify powers a whopping 10% of all e-commerce in the United States, and their award-winning customer service means you'll never have to go it alone. So right now, sign up for $1 per month trial period. And boy, oh boy, that's come in handy, because now I sold a bunch of shirts. I can pay for it after the trial months are over with, and bing, bang, boom. It's not even like I even missed the money. You know what I'm saying? So right now you can sign up for $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Josh, all lowercase. So go right now to shopify.com/Josh, all lowercase, to take your business to the next level. Again, shopify.com/Josh. Thank you to Sydney Dill, our New Zealand. That's such a New Zealandy name, isn't it? Sydney Dill.
Yeah. Have you ever been?
I've never been.
Me either. We were supposed to we did a whole month in Australia, Dice and I, and it was so exciting. Then we were supposed to go to New Zealand, and I couldn't wait because they say how nice it is and everything. And I was so excited, and it got canceled.
Oh. Was this COVID times or something?
No, it was like 2014. It was just the promoter, they messed up some stuff. I don't know. It was weird timing, and then we just rolled out.
It's usually one of those things where if you go do Australia, you got to do...
We had great shows, though, in Australia.
I hear Australia's unbelievable.
Fun.
I don't know if I could make that plane trip, though.
That's tough. I did a lot of drugs to get there. Not a lot. This is the thing, I'm not a druggie, right? Sure. But my boyfriend at the time... I have bad taste, and he did a lot. So he gave me like that football, what is it, Xanax? He gave me like a piece.
A football Xanax? Oh, you mean like the bars?
Yeah, the bars.
Yes.
So he gave me like just a tiny piece of the bar just to test it.
Yeah.
And he said I slept so long that he was like
nervous,
putting his finger under my nose. And that like I was out, and then I woke up and he goes, "Hey, drugs aren't for you." But he gave me one when he gave me 4 this trip. So I took them on the plane just so I don't have a panic attack.
Did you do all 4 pieces of the bar?
Nope. Just that piece, and I slept takeoff to landing. And everybody thought
that's
I
like
was
16 hours.
Nuts. Yeah.
That's wild.
We got off the plane, and this guy had friends that were, I guess, in the back of the plane. They were all stagehands for, it was either Taylor Swift or Pink or something like that. And it was a group like that, and they were all coming in to set up. And they were meeting each other as they were walking out. And the guy that was next to me goes, and we were in business, so I was laid out. And he goes, "She slept the whole time." And I was like, "You don't even know me, motherfucker." But yeah.
When I first was introduced.
So you can do that if you.
That's true. I mean,
I
had a bit of a penchant for Xanax, I guess you could say. And when I first started taking them, I didn't know you could like break them into 4s. And
the whole thing.
I was downing the whole bar.
Holy shit!
And like doing stuff still, and not remembering anything. I'd wake up the next day and be like, "I have fast food wrappers in my bed. Where did I go?" And it was bad. But then someone's like, "No, yeah, you can like split those up." And I go, "Oh
shit! If I took the whole thing, I'd be like Rip Van Winkle."
Yeah, when my friend found out I was taking the whole bar, he's like, "You're gonna die."
Yeah.
Stop it. And I mean, but so I started doing that. But I think my tolerance is such where to do the full 16 hours would require maybe the whole bar. But
1 or 2.
We've been off of Xanax since January.
Mazel tov. Mazel tov.
I just do that for a cheap clap, you know. But maybe, for flying to New Zealand, we might have to get back on the old train.
We got to go help him fix this trophy.
That's right. I'll come over there and do some coke off the, what the hell's it called? The Frankfurt Shield or whatever the hell? Well, we have a couple of people that we talk about quite often on this podcast.
I like this.
Russell Wilson being one of them. It's one of the tenets of this podcast, and we just think he's such a freak and a weirdo.
100%.
And he's only getting weirder as his success is waning.
Dwindling.
It's just getting very bleak for Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure which way this is going to go. I mean, they just keep losing in grand fashion. They got smoked by the Dolphins 2 weeks ago, and then they just lost another game this week. Well, Marshawn Lynch is starting to come out, another guy we talk about quite a bit, because I got to interview Marshawn Lynch quite a few times.
You're a fan, right?
Oh, I love Marshawn
okay, I was going to say I love Marshawn. I'm
we love
fight you
Marshawn.
if we're not a fan.
No, we love him. I got to interview him back when he was on the Bills, when I'd go into the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was always interesting. I always wanted to get Marshawn Lynch back on the show so I could talk to him about Russell Wilson and how weird he is. And turns out Marshawn Lynch is going on bigger shows to go do that.
Yeah. You're not. You're kidding.
Yeah, weird,
What
right?
an idiot. Marshawn, come on, man.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I get it. But it's as he's doing these bigger shows, I go, oh, he's not going to come on. Like more and more removed.
You
so
never
anyhow,
know.
This is from T-Bone. He sent in this article. But Marshawn has been talking about his 2013 Super Bowl with the Seahawks and the fact that, he played that with Russell Wilson. He revealed the extent of his strained relationship with Coach Pete Carroll as well, and his non-existent relationship with Russell Wilson on the latest Club Shay Shay podcast. Now, I don't know this podcast, but he was on there, and we're not going to play clips from it because...
Will you get in trouble?
I think we could.
Okay.
I don't want the Club Shay Shay folk coming after me for the clips I've played, so we're just going to...
It sounds shay-shay.
We're going to use the quotes, yes. I wouldn't be the right person to speak on... They relate. Now, this is all Marshawn Lynch quotes. I'm not speaking.
You're not
I'm
paraphrasing.
not culturally appropriating with my turn of phrase here. I wouldn't be the right person to speak on their relationship because I didn't fuck with them, he said, referring to both Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson. I didn't fuck with Pete, and Russ was just like a quarterback for me. That's interesting. Because he doesn't fuck with the coach. We traded Marshawn Lynch to the Seahawks, and I thought, this is a better fit for him. He's going to be more happy there. He's out on the West Coast.
He's definitely going to get a ring.
And he did get a ring, yes. So I thought that things were all hunky-dory. Turns out they weren't as hunky-dory as I thought. The Legion of Boom era in Seattle featured many personalities with Lynch among them. While there are certain tales of close superstar or coach-player relationships, Lynch just did not have that comfort level with his head coach or quarterback. He wanted to describe how he can't even get in touch with Wilson if he wanted to. Now, we've heard this before about Russell Wilson. I don't know if you know this.
No.
He would have players to get in touch with him call his manager.
Shut the fuck up. No, you know what? I didn't like him from the beginning, and now you saying that?
Gross. Oh, we've learned a lot of things about Russ that'll make you hate his guts. More than just him being a weird dork. He
is a dork.
He's a weird dork, and then on top of that, he's kind of a prick, you find out. I respect Russell as a player and as a teammate. Anything I say because of the situation, throwing a pick on the goal line, not giving me the ball from leaving leaving from Seattle, anything I can say is going to come off as malice or as if I'm a hater. Wow, that's like poetic from Marshawn Lynch. I don't expect Marshawn Lynch to throw words like
somebody
malice.
else wrote that?
Yeah. Are they just like quoting him and then changing the words? Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was like he probably heard somebody else say, like, you know what I mean, describe it that way, because it's true. It's like he's going to come off as the bad guy because he's like saying this one thing. Like, he didn't give me the ball. Everybody's ego is bigger than the next.
Yes. And he actually says, he's like, I'll take Russ and I'll put him right there at quarterback and I'll rock with him because I've already done that. So he's like saying, like, if I had
I respect him.
Yeah, if I had to play
his
with
ability.
him again, I can do it. As far as anything else, can't pick up the phone and call old boy or nothing. I don't even have his number. Lynch detailed a particularly eye-opening experience with Wilson following a 20-13 win over the Titans back in 2013. The former running back said the expectations were for Wilson to have had a good game against a lesser secondary, but he threw for just 257 yards with no touchdowns. Meanwhile, Lynch tallied 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. He asked a player personnel staffer for Wilson's number after the game, and Wilson called him after the game from a blocked number.
Whoa.
Lynch didn't pick up the call at first because of that. He says, I don't know how or why, but I just know I got a call from a blocked number. Lynch told Wilson he wanted to be there for him on a rough day, the same way he would hope Wilson would be there for him. He believed it was the first time he tried to have a meaningful conversation with Russell Wilson. His response to me was kind of like, the fuck? So I told him again, like, nah, bro, I'm here for you. We gonna rock. His response was the same, Lynch said. I just think Russell Wilson's not used to like dealing with people like on a human level.
Right.
So that's why he was like,
definitely
wait,
something
what?
off. Always felt that way. I don't know.
You're not calling me about a marketing strategy? Considering that we were on the same team going for the same goal and this is how you chose to respond to me, it was more like maybe you don't understand what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't understand. He's like, teammate, camaraderie does not compute. Mm-hmm. I thought I was tripping. Lynch said Carroll didn't help with the situation either, giving Wilson preferential treatment, which irritated all the members of the Legion of Boom. What they were doing for him, by the way, was letting him have private coaches.
Really?
And then he took those to
Were they covering
Denver,
up
and they were
his
like, what
weirdness?
I guess. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they were just like able to work with him in a way that like, you know, like a certain teacher can come in. It's like, this teacher's teaching you how to read.
Yeah.
And then it goes, oh, wait, you're autistic. You need this teacher to teach you how to read.
Right. Like me, I did that.
Yeah,
I had
exactly.
lots of different teachers.
Right. Perhaps Russell Wilson just needed
These
sort
special
of the,
needs.
the resource room of quarterbacks coaches to help him out. I don't know. Carroll informed some of the team leaders during practice to go to him with any issues regarding Wilson. The team felt Wilson was not held as accountable as others. You're kind of putting him on a pedestal or outside the box, and it's like he doesn't have to be held accountable to the same shit that we do. What the fuck is that, says Lynch. Lynch's disagreements with Carroll stemmed from their personality differences. Carroll's one of the motivational tactics, while Lynch essentially described his philosophy of tell him when and where the game will be, and he'll show up ready to play. Yeah, Marshawn Lynch is the man. I mean, he was like showing up doing henny shots, just like, let me run through a wall. My relationship with Pete was interesting. I like Pete as a coach because he get motherfuckers ready to go. Mm-hmm. That's the truth. He's the same way every day. He's a great motivator in getting motherfuckers ready, but it was just that I didn't need that. I don't think he understood where I was coming from. That kind of got us into headbutting a little bit for the misunderstanding. So I don't really understand that whole thing. Where Pete Carroll's like, hey, Marshawn, you got to be motivated. Marshawn's like, I done be motivated. And then they get mad about it at each other. I don't understand.
That is weird. Was Marshawn, did he come like shortly after Pete Carroll took over? Like, because he was coming from a USC, like he was a USC coach, right? He was a college coach.
Yes, Pete Carroll.
So that is more of a motivational.
Yes, college guys coming into the NFL often do a lot of rah,
shish kebab.
Yeah. They're trying to they're being like a leader of men. Meanwhile, these are adults who are making bazillions of dollars.
The only other coach similar to that behavior was Dick Vermeil.
Yes.
He was and he'd cry, give a speech. And
it's pretty common when college, but you don't, honestly, they don't have the success of Pete Carroll.
But he was fresh out of the gate, so he's like, he's still learning too how to work with superstars.
Urban Meyer's a good example of he came from college into the pros and just burst into flames because he was too busy micromanaging them, and they're all like, we're adults, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, don't be a dick.
Yeah, get out of here.
We're not letting the Kardashians ruin our team.
Yeah. It is
R.I.P.
interesting.
Reggie Bush.
And then you have the guys that come in and just let them do whatever the hell they want, and that's kind of the same thing too. Lynch admitted that he laughed in Carroll's face after the head coach allowed Wilson to pass on that faithful play, the one where they threw the pick in the Super Bowl. He just laughed in his face. That's so funny. That's what I would hope.
So great.
He believes that play ended the Seahawks' greatness. Most definitely, Lynch said, and they suffering from it still to this day. They won a Super Bowl. I mean, it's not like...
I do hate the Seahawks, but I can separate.
Sure. What makes you hate the Seahawks?
I'm a big Rams fan.
Oh, I see.
I get in trouble a lot, but because I'm from Philadelphia, people are like, "Can't you be a Rams fan?" You shut your
It's
fucking
the
hole.
NFC. Well, yeah. Wait, the Eagles are in the NFC. Never mind. I was gonna say that's how
I was like, wait, what?
That's what I get away with. It's not that I'm a Rams fan, but if I go to a Rams game, I wear a Rams shirt.
Yeah.
I go, it's NFC.
But I'm like, we were players. Like, I have 6 brothers. We had the one TV. They were all bookies. Well, not all of them, but like they,
That's pretty
it
cool.
was constant with the gambling. So you followed everything. You followed college. You had to watch every single thing. So I watched Eric Dickerson from SMU go to the Rams, and me and my little brother were like, that guy's like, he's a superhero.
Yeah.
Who's that? Like, we were obsessed.
I stood next to him in an airport bathroom recently.
Well, he gave me a lot of presents.
Oh, really?
A comic is very good friends with him, Chris Spencer. They golf together. So he goes, I had Chris on the Comedy Store podcast, and I was telling him a story about like dating guys. I have an autograph picture of Eric Dickerson that Steve Renazizi got me from the Best Damn Sports Show. He goes, they go, I know this girl. She's obsessed with you. So he goes, a girl? And then he goes, no, not like that. She knows your shit. Like, she knows your stats.
That's
She's
funny.
Not,
He's like, a girl.
like, at first he was like, a girl? Like, oh, okay, who's she? Like, thinking.
That's how I am when they, if somebody goes up to me, they're like, there's a fan of yours. I go, oh, cool. Then I go, it's a girl. I go, what?
Well, he signed it. My ex framed it because it was such a big deal to me.
Nice.
So I have it out. But now, like, being single and dating, people come in, they're like, who's the black guy with the goggles? And I'm like, get out.
How do
Get
they
out.
not know?
It's sickening.
Yeah, that's gross.
it's sickening.
That's a good litmus test for.
So Chris Spencer told him that story, and he gave me and my little brother, he gave us jerseys autographed by him. He gave us his book. He gave me an autographed football. Killer.
That's awesome.
A big Eric Dickerson.
That's a good litmus test too for guys coming over to find out if they're, queefs or
crazy.
whatever. You just go, he doesn't know who Eric Dickerson is.
What kind of person?
Yeah, a queef, that's for sure. Let's get into some news stories now, away from the sports side. This is flying by. Has it really been 45 minutes? Jesus.
Sorry, I talked a lot.
I love it. We have a follow-up from last week's story. I don't know if you've familiarized yourself with it, Kirsten, but last week we had a story of an unfortunate
murder.
Hi.
And it involved a woman wrapped in a carpet, and it turns out this woman was in an open relationship. Have you experienced these?
I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. She was open and in the carpet, and it just hit me the wrong way. I apologize.
The carpet was closed. The relationship was open.
Wide open. I did not. I've not.
Well, because they didn't say who did it, or we didn't have anything like that. So everyone just kind of assumed it was her, new, what do they call it? Not a mistress, but the gentleman suitor that was coming over. And we might have different details now. It says, I got an email here. Who's this from? Cody. It says, hey, Big Daddy Roach, pleased to be reading this important update. I'm from the very small town of Macomb, Oklahoma, where I graduated with a class of 20 students. You can imagine my surprise when you mentioned my small town on episode 157. The story actually takes an even crazier turn. The woman who was supposedly in an open marriage, according to the husband, who got picked up by a man, according to the husband, and later found dead rolled up in a carpet, was found with 2 bullet holes that came from a rifle that the husband owned.
Ooh.
Bloody work boots were also found in the husband's home. It seems like a pretty open and shut case, but no arrests have been made. Instead, he's still free and recently tried to slip into the DMs of one of the women I went to school with. He was seen on the news crying and mourning his wife's death on October 2nd, and he was DMing this woman on October 3rd. That's tough. You can't be in a small town.
Yeah.
And be doing this. Is this the DMs?
Process of elimination. Yeah.
This is like exclusive, folks. This is a Roach exclusive. Beep, 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 beep. I mean,
bop, 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 bop.
Where else? I mean, CNN doesn't have these DMs.
No.
No, sir. No, I don't even
so
think
this guy slid in your DMs? I'm kidding.
No, not mine. I wish he slid in mine after I was talking about his deceased wife.
So the open relationship to me just never works because here's the thing. The guys are like, yeah, it's cool. We're in an open relationship. But a girl can get dick anytime.
Yeah, it doesn't work quite as good.
Men are pigs. So, sorry. You know
No,
what I'm
I
saying.
mean, I get it. Trust me.
But
I never liked the open relationship because it's like, well.
She's always going to win.
Yeah.
If we're going to do body counts.
Yeah.
She's going to have more.
If she wants, she could fuck at any point.
Anywhere. So, she could just pull over and be like, hey, is it cool if we fuck on the side? And a guy's like, Okay.
And that's the thing. Like, if I were in a open relationship, and maybe I get a W, maybe I tally one up. I go, haha.
Yeah. Got one.
They could see that and go, I'm gonna get 5 for your every one.
Watch this.
I don't
I'm gonna
like
go
that.
to the bar at 3, 6, and 10, like the news. And
But what I think's happening here is maybe there wasn't. According to this email, I'm getting the gist that there wasn't an open relationship at all.
right.
And
was a
and
lie.
that she was found dead and goes, well, you see, we were in an open relationship and I know she was going on a date. I don't ask questions.
Right. She's
I'm
the
an open-minded
deceased,
guy. Yes. I
that
think,
lady there.
Yeah. And you go,
It's a sin. She looks sweet.
yeah. But also,
Hoey, but
what kind of
sweet.
carpet was that?
That was an Oriental rug.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, is this wall to wall or what are we talking here? This wasn't no throw rug.
Yeah. Not
This
a
wasn't in the bathroom on the floor. Let's just put it that way.
No. This isn't what you're standing in front of the sink with.
So I say all the folk in Macomb County, keep me abreast if this guy's sliding into DMs. I wanted to. Can you go down to the DMs and read those? Can you read them for me, Kirsten?
It wasn't pictures of like what he actually said. I think he just commented on one photo and said like, "How are you? Yeah, how are you doing, gorgeous?"
He's ooh.
But also like, if it's an open relationship, why'd you have to potentially kill her first to be messaging these
Right.
people?
Well, that's the
you
thing.
should be able to just sit in these while she's still alive.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. I don't think it was so open at the end of the day, and so he went, he went all murdery.
Murder.
And now it's quite
God,
open.
that's sexy.
Yes, it is, isn't it? See, ladies
Yeah.
like murder, as I've found. So when we do a murder story, they
I
all
like
get out
this.
their Hitachis and they get going. So keep me abreast, Cody. That's an interesting update. I do appreciate you letting me know about that because it was all very. I felt bad for the husband last time, thinking that this gentleman suitor came in and just waxed his wife, but no, we're finding out horse of a different color. Doug Brown sent in this one. Now, are you familiar with something else we discussed quite a bit? And I think that if we were to do like the alert level, the way that the news does, orange, yellow, etc., we are in orange level.
Oh, this is a high
of semen terrorism.
A high alert.
Have you ever been a victim of semen terrorism?
Well,
It can
I have
range
6
now.
brothers.
Oh my lord!
We shared a room. There were 7 of us in the one room.
no, incestual semen terrorism.
Mhm.
Now, because it can range,
Sit in it. Yeah.
you could sit in it.
Accidentally.
Oh my lord! How did that happen?
Lay down. What's this on my pillow? Why is my pillow wet?
Oh my lord!
I'm kidding. That's disgusting, Eleanor. What's wrong with me?
I mean, if it weren't, I mean, I don't know
But
how
I
it works
just was
when you have that
thinking
many.
of
Yeah, but
things,
boys
but
are
gross,
more
but
disgusting,
boys are
so
boys.
it's believable.
Well,
Yeah.
it was never wet. I'd always be like, "Oh, come on, man!" Like you'd always see something, and I'd be like, "You guys are fucking gross,"
Oh
you know.
my
And I,
lord!
we would fight over this constantly. But
So you just grew up around it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like a poor
That's
woman
my
living in
white
the
noise.
Gaza Strip, and they're having rockets
yeah,
from
yeah.
Hamas fly
Absolutely.
overhead. Wild. So terrorism in
happened
this
a lot.
regard. No, yes, you are no stranger. In fact, I don't want to bring up any PTSD, but
No, it's fine. I'm through with
I
it.
mean, we've heard so many different variations. You know,
Mm-hmm.
people on the subway throwing it, people putting it in
Oh,
food,
yeah.
the syringes. People do the thing with the syringes so often.
My brothers did it with spit too, just to fuck with you.
Oh my lord! So they said it was semen,
Yeah,
We're
or
all-
whatever. Just just being dumb like
like
that.
Silence of the Lambs. Woof.
Yeah.
Look at the blood. Turns out it's cum.
Everything. They did all kinds of crazy shit. Boys are, like I said, a little problematic.
Yes, manable migs. We're all manable migs somewhere inside. In this case, a man sexually assaulted a woman sleeping on a Brooklyn subway train. What woman is sleeping on the train? I mean,
That's a problem.
yeah, I feel bad saying this, but at the same time, it's like if you're a woman on a subway, keep those eyes open.
Yeah, one time I was talking to a friend. He said he was on the subway reading a book. And I go, what are you, high? You don't do that. That's not where you sit and read a book. It's just, where did you grow up?
I don't even like having headphones in.
Yeah,
on
you
the
have
subway.
to be like, especially in New York or.
Yes, you got to be on
He
aware.
said Massachusetts. This was Massachusetts, so maybe it's in the suburbs somewhere. But I was like, No fucking way. You get
Not
on.
a
You do
chance.
push-ups before you get on.
Yeah. You better have a weapon with you.
Better
The
be
disgusting
warm.
act on the 22-year-old woman occurred in the early hours of the morning at about 4:20 a.m. Oh, cool. 4:20, bro. The southbound N train was pulling into the 25th Street station at Greenwood Heights. I don't know anything about these trains. But evidently at this station, a man exposed his genitals and the assault occurred. This is always crazy to me. And this goes to show, like, maybe I'm just like a sane individual. I
Thank
could
God.
not finish in a scenario like that.
I'm sorry.
I can't. I could never do it. Even for $1 million, if someone was like, go on this train and just jerk off to completion on a subway train, I would not make that $1 million. Just physically, I could not make it happen.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I guess it is nice to know.
Like you're a unicorn.
Is that true? Do you
I
think
don't.
many
I don't
men?
know. I mean, maybe normal men.
What do you guys?
What about?
I don't think I could jerk off on the subway.
No.
It's just out in public. Yeah, you couldn't do it. But
Yeah, it's like a lot's going on. I don't think I would even be able to get an erection on a subway.
I can get an erection on the subway.
No, yeah.
Yeah, look, there you go.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
we're
all right.
up at least. Okay, good.
I mean, I guess if it's vibrating a certain way.
We just had somebody on the podcast said, Leslie Jones said she would come on the subway. Just like,
Wow.
I was like, holy shit. It's the Comedy Store podcast. You can listen to it. She said it, but it was hilarious because she was like, I was like, oh my God.
Oh
I
my
never thought of
Lord. How easy. I mean,
it. God bless.
I guess that's like a nice thing to know if you could just. I guess if
Yeah.
you can come that easily, God bless you. Hopefully you're not doing it for evil like this gentleman.
Yeah, yeah. Because it would be great if she was like, hold on a second. Ruined it, somebody.
The man quickly fled as soon as the train came to a stop. So you must have just been like, that like post-nut clarity when you're throwing your jizz on a subway. The victim was not further physically assaulted, but was taken by ambulance to NYU Langdon, Brooklyn. An ambulance?
After
Just
he
for
done
getting
it?
some spunk on you? Call the ambulance? How rich are you, lady? I'd take an Uber.
I mean, they called an ambulance?
Yeah, that's
Are
an
you sure it was for the semen or why she was sleeping? Like maybe she was drugged up.
I don't know about that, but I mean,
Or maybe she's like, call an ambulance. She fucking cut her arm off like that guy who was in the mountains. It's on me. She just gets a butter knife and saws it off. I'd be fucked up.
get it off me. She just severs a limb to get the jizz off her. Oh, my Lord. But that is something wild. I mean,
Keep that arm. You need it for a weapon next time you're on the subway.
If a subway hit me physically and I was bleeding from my head, I don't know that I'd call a fucking ambulance. They're like $4,000. You just got
Please
a little.
call an ambulance if you get hit by a subway. They don't come in real slow.
I just think, I mean, you got jizz on your shirt.
But my brother Jimmy was hit by a bus on a scooter, like
Oh,
one
my
of those,
Lord.
and he didn't call an ambulance.
I wouldn't either. I'd get back on the scooter and finish
And my
the trip.
sister-in-law works at a law firm. She's like, "Are you fucking crazy? You should have laid on the ground and called everybody." It's like,
Ambulances, though, are fucking. You get that bill. It's like $17,000. It's like I could have had a helicopter pick me up for the amount that this costs. NYPD police have not named the suspect or released his description. No further information about the incident has been released. So this guy could still be out there throwing his jizz around. Subway crime has been labeled one of the city's major crises. Through statistics, says transit offenses are down slightly. Even progressive Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg said this summer that he was afraid for his family when they rode the trains. Jesus
because
Christ.
Deflategate is out there, right?
What is that? What are you
lessening
doing?
his ball bags.
Jerk off, man.
You guys were both jerking off?
I like that. They were circle
The
jerking.
DA's afraid to ride the subway with his family. Fuck
I like
off,
that's a
dude.
jerk off thing. I get it.
It is pretty funny, though, when the DA's like, I fear for my family when they ride the trains. It's like, you're in charge of fixing it.
If you're in fear, what are we supposed to be?
Yeah, what is this,
like
Batman?
stay home.
This sounds like Batman.
So wait, Dave Chappelle did a show in Philly, and my nephew went to see him, and he came out and he goes, "Philadelphia, you need a Batman." It's such a great line.
It's true. We could use one everywhere. Oh, I know the statistics that transit crime is down, but when one of my family members gets on the train, I too get a knot in my stomach. How often are they riding the train? He's making it sound like
Yeah.
What was it where
he doesn't have cars driving
remember
him
in
everywhere.
Jaws when the mayor like makes his kids go swimming?
Yeah.
It's like that where they're all like,
Get on the
they're
train.
like, get in the water. No one's going in the water. And then he's like, come on, Jimmy, get in the water. And then they're like, all right.
It's just
fuck.
a fin. Get in the water.
He makes the mayor makes like his buddy and his family go first. He's like, no one's in the water, Jeffrey. And he goes in there. All right, kids, let's get out there. They're slowly going out there. I live here. I'm raising my family here, so we have a lot more work to do, he added, I'd say. Major crime decreased 6.6% in the subway system since August, according to the city's latest crime report. They're still throwing their jizz out there, folks, so be careful.
It's raining jizz.
It's raining jizz. The Seaman Terrace.
Hallelujah.
Maybe we have to move it up to, like, Auburn, Orange, the warning.
Oh, okay.
You know, so people are more aware. Where should we wrap up? Let's see. Let's find a good one. We have so many extras today. We have a woman rescued from an outhouse. Is that one fun, Kirsten? Should we do that
Yeah, it
one?
is. It has a interesting ending.
Ooh, we
Really?
love a tease here, folks.
He's
Yes.
not talking about me.
This is from Lucas Casillas, who sent in a lot of things today. I like having new blood in the reporter pool for the Roach reporters out there. A woman was rescued Tuesday from an outhouse toilet in northern Michigan after she climbed in to retrieve her Apple Watch. And she became trapped. Now, this is not the first outhouse
In the
story
bowl?
I've had. I guess. I mean, where else would it go? What would be valuable enough for you to retrieve something from the outhouse? Then you'd have
Nothing.
I don't even
Nothing. Did you ever see Slumdog Millionaire in the beginning when that kid just closed through the shit to get an autograph? Get the fuck out of here.
I think if I dropped my firstborn in there, I'd be like, let's make a new one.
Yeah. You still got semen in there, right, buddy?
Yeah.
If not, I know a guy who throws it.
yeah. Let's just go to him. He's got a whole bag.
Is this a guy?
No, this was
No,
this
this
was
is
2
another-
weeks ago.
We
Is
had
he
another
covered
story.
in shit?
Yes, he is.
This is at a Bill's tailgate. This is what we do.
He got covered in shit and then lost in a hole.
Yeah, so he actually, I don't think he lost his Apple Watch. I think
He lost
just,
his clothes.
He lost his mind.
he decided to just go in there for fun. But I think this is great that you brought this up, Kirsten, because it's like, we need a hero like this for when you do lose an Apple Watch. You call him up.
Oh, yeah.
Give this guy a call, and he puts on his snorkel and goes down in there
You
and
call your
finds your
porta
Apple
pal
Watch.
and he comes and helps you.
There you go.
So the woman, whose name was not released, thank the Lord for her, lowered herself inside of the toilet after dropping the watch at the Department of Natural Resources boat launch at Dixon Lake in Ostegos County's Bagley Township. This all sounds very fancy, and she has an Apple Watch, so maybe she just thought, there can't be too much shit in here.
This was the outhouse. This is it.
That looks like a nice
That
one.
looks like a really nice one.
These are like the ones where it's just a hole in the ground and you can see like 13 feet down, I feel like.
That's
Oof,
like the
it's gone.
Slumdog thing. Yeah.
Yeah, people live in Slumdog Millionaire. That's like their house, and then they have the toilet inside. I would not. I mean, even if it's a nice outhouse, it's not nice enough where I go, well, it's upper crust people's shit that I'm siphoning through here to get my watch back. First
But
responders.
doesn't it clasp? Doesn't it go on? I don't have an Apple Watch.
I don't have it one either.
But
I don't
doesn't
wear
it go?
watches.
Isn't it a watch? You have a watch on.
Yeah, mine's, I mean,
If you
mine's
went to
pretty
the
strapped on.
bathroom,
Also,
yeah.
if this falls in the porta potty, good thing I have Apple protection because I'm not going swimming for that. Like,
Send
that's
me
the
another
Apple
one.
Watch.
yeah, I guess I'm just
Okay.
gonna tell the time off my phone for a little bit.
Right. You could get your emails there as well.
Yeah.
You know, like
I'm not.
Yeah, it's not like a Rolex. It's like a fucking Apple Watch, for Christ's sake.
so funny.
Ugh.
The woman, as we mentioned, her name is not being released. First responders were called when the woman was heard yelling for help. So she fell in there, and she could not get out. That's got to be a torture chamber, to just be stuck in the shit. You can't even. I would do everything I can. It'd look like the pit in Silence of the Lambs, where the woman had her fingernails in the wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be crawling out of that thing at every chance I could get.
But like, was she leaning? I'm still. How did she fall in there?
Well, let's see. First,
is
I mean, I
weird.
think she was reaching down in, and then it was a whoopsie daisy.
yeah, but like with her feet like standing,
dangling above.
maybe one knee, so she just dove in
Oh,
it
could
like
you
a
imagine
kid
falling in?
learning how to dive.
Yeah, falling in head first. Ooh.
Oh,
Blowing bubbles. I mean, you got to get some in your mouth.
get the fuck
The
out.
toilet was removed, and a strap was used to haul the woman out. How big is this lady?
How big is this hole?
Let's just say we're wrapping her in a big carpet too.
Yeah.
If you lose an item in an outhouse toilet,
Let
Do
it
not
go.
attempt to venture inside the containment area. Serious injury may occur. This was a released statement by state police. They wanted to get the word out there. Don't crawl into the fucking porta potty. Are you showing us the plumbing here? Is it so deep that she had to tread water?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. Ones that I've seen like this, it's a long tube. It's like 13 feet, I feel like. Or maybe it just seems that long.
And what does it empty out into?
It doesn't. It's
soil?
just like a bucket, I think, down there.
They have to come in with one of those trucks and suck it all out.
Yeah. I don't think... I think, like, she was probably just sitting in a barrel of shit. All of it.
This is
everything.
Just an absolutely
You think
disgusting
she
Willy
was
Wonka
sitting?
here. I mean, this is
She
a
was
Goose
sitting?
Gloop.
She was floating.
Yeah, I mean, if
Floaters.
she didn't put anything on the seat, if she was willing to go in.
Yeah, that's. Could you imagine if she diligently laid toilet paper out on the seat, and then she's like, "Oh no, my watch!" Splash, Augustus Gloop stuck in the tubes.
With all the paper still around her ass.
Oh my God! Good thing you covered up the toilet, lady. The police did not say Wednesday if the woman was injured or the watch was recovered. Oh, okay. Well, she didn't even get the watch when she was in there. I'd be like, well, at least I got the watch out. Nothing. Was that the big twist at the end?
Like she
That's what I'm
looks
saying,
at it
she's
and she
down
goes,
there.
"Still works. Thanks, Apple."
Yeah, I'd be like, well, at least bling. Well,
Mine
I got
is
my
ship proof.
I got my email. Thank the Lord. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. I thought there was going to be another twist in there at the end or something.
No.
Is
Like
that
she-
the twist?
I just thought it was funny that she was down there and she didn't get her watch.
oh,
That
is
she's
great.
who
Yeah.
knows how long she was down there. She could have felt around and grabbed it.
I mean, hell, I thought she was going to find another watch.
She couldn't have slipped it on her wrist before they pulled her up with
She's
the
like
straps.
this, reaching in. She's like, "Somebody text me." It's still light.
I need a notification so I can find it. Oh my Lord.
Or if she took out her phone to do that and then dropped that in there.
Oh
now she's
my
fucking back in.
Lord.
Oh.
Well, she seems like she dropped everything in there, going in there herself. But
She'll put her
Nevertheless.
life in there.
please, Eleanor, thank you for coming.
Thank
Please
you for
plug
having me.
whatever you would like to plug.
Oh, yeah. Uncle Vinnie's on Friday the 13th in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. I will be there. I'm in Easton, PA on Saturday with Andrew Dice Clay. I forgot the name of the theater, but it's already sold out. I don't know. It might not be sold out. I don't know. I'm not good with that. And then SoulJoel's the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I'll be there with Dom Irera and friends.
That's awesome.
And then all my dates are on my website, EleanorJKerrigan.com.
And of course, What's Up, Doc? Is that the name
What's
of the
Up,
podcast?
Doc is our podcast here. We have so much fun. Listen to them. Me and Jeff Danish have so much fun. And the Comedy Store podcast, too, is still out there if you want to check those out.
Hell yeah. And for me, folks, coming up, I'll be in Pennsylvania. Go Phillies.
Go Phils.
That's right,
Fighting
baby.
Phils.
SoulJoel's October 20th and 21st. Beyond that, we have the 26th of October. Big time stuff happening at Cobb's Comedy Club. I'd love to pack that place out. So if
Do
you're in
it,
San
man.
Francisco,
Do it.
it's one show. That's it. On the 26th, buy some tickets. And then on the 29th, I'll be in Seattle with Chase O'Donnell. That'll be a good time. November, the day before Thanksgiving, I'll be in my hometown of Buffalo, New York. And then we have the Brea Improv on the 29th. Everything else can be found on Instagram at Josh_Potter and on Twitter at J_Potter. Link in the bio. Also right here underneath this thing, there's links and everything, right? JoshPotterMerch.com. Buy up the shirt. And I hope I see all the roaches wearing them on all the live shows coming up. Thank you so much to Eleanor. Thank you to Kirsten. Thank you to Alex. Thank you
all
to
you
Rob.
guys.
I love y'all. It's Alex's last day.
What?
People think I run producers out of here. They think I'm difficult, but Alex is
You don't say anything?
he's still working
I'll
for
be
the
back with you on Wednesday, Eleanor, but it's my last day with Josh.
he's still working for the show in a roundabout way, but he won't be in the booth. I'm gonna miss him dearly. It's been a great presence.
It's been an
So I
honor to
wanted to
serve with
say
the pleasure of
thank
the
you.
roach, Ron.
I love you, and I don't want people to think that I'm running people off here. We got Kirsten still. All right.
Go curse. Hang in there.
Anyhow, we'll see you next Wednesday, right here on the Josh Potter Show.